Looking at Apple here this coming week, what we can see is obviously that Apple has been on a nice little uptrend here for the past few months going through October and November. And now we are at the pinnacle again here at 175 up to about 176. So we had a nice little bounce down. And if you recall from previous weeks, we talked about this, how this was looking pretty to the upside here and a possible continuation. Well, now we're at the apex again, and it's time to see what price is going to do here. Now, again, new phones are being released for Apple, so I think we're going to see price maybe stutter just a little bit, but I'm really looking very bullish on this market overall, and I think price will push right through this level and continue to go. So let's go ahead and look at some of the support and resistance here on the lower time frames. Looking at the 60-minute time frame, we are looking at price bouncing into this daily supply. And inside the daily supply, there are actually two zones right on top of each other that make up this daily supply zone. So inside the 60-minute time frame, I could see us going all the way up to that aqua zone and then possibly bouncing back down here just a little bit to kind of where it is right now, off of that aqua resistance zone starting at 150, or excuse me, 175.92 up to about 176.24. Could see us bouncing off of that one, coming back down, and then powering through. Okay, on the flip side, on the support side, just so that we can see what's down below, this green box here represents the big daily demand zone. So we have basically three zones inside of here that represent that that area. And obviously the bottom part of that big daily demand zone from right around 167.11 down to the bottom of the daily demand zone right around 165.28. That's the strongest part of the daily demand zone. So I'm looking for price to bounce out of this point. When prices come back to that area, I would like to see price bounce off the aqua zone and then back up. But again, for this week overall, we are looking for price moving to the upside. Looking at Amazon here on the daily time frame, you can see that prices gapped out of this range that we were in from August through pretty much November. And now we've gapped out of that, and now we are actually pushing into new highs here right around the 1160 area. So we just barely touched that one today. And for this coming week, I'm looking for nothing but up, up, and away type motion. We do have Black Friday coming into play here for this market, so I'm sure that's going to be good for Amazon as well. But from a technical standpoint, I'm looking possibly at some point retracing back down to right around that 1125 to about 1115 area. I don't think it's going to be this coming week. I think this coming week we're actually going to see new highs. I think price is going to go up even higher, maybe even up into like a 180 level, or excuse me, 1180 level, and then possibly bounce off of this demand zone up and then continue on up into 2000. But overall here, I'm seeing nothing but up, up, and away right now. Now, I think even this is a long shot, but in theory, this would be the kind of area that I would be looking at buying from. Okay, right now would be a terrible time to buy on this market. I need some type of pullback in order to get into this market here if you're not already in. On the 60-minute time frame, if we zoom in here, you can see that price has been up there making new highs. And I'm really interested in this zone here at at 1138 down to about 1136. This coincides with previous highs, so it's a real nice area for a flip-flop to happen. So if we do see any type of retracement, that would be an excellent area for a retracement to come back down to, bounce out of really hard and fast, and then continue into these highs up here. The daily demand zone is represented by this big green rectangle here, and inside that big green rectangle we see two zones that are overlapping. Now the bottom one down here right around the 1121 down to 1115, that aqua zone is fresh and new, whereas this zone has been hit a few times. So if price does come down, I would expect it to respect the bottom part of the zone rather the top part. But again, both of them really, really, in my mind, are insignificant compared to what we have going on right here. Okay, so I think that's very, very interesting right around the 1138 zone. So if any type of retracement happens this week, I would look for that to happen and continue to the upside.